Today is the demonstration of the full up test. We've got the 6 Raspberry Pis to the left. Each has a camera, and on the right is the Mission computer, which is basically an Ivy Bridge ITX motherboard. They're all connected through TCP/IP, which means you have an Ethernet switch, that blue neck gear in the back. All connected to one ATX power supply here in the corner. We're using the 5 volts for the Raspberry Pis, the 12 volts for the switch, as well as the computer, the Mission computer itself. So as soon as I flick the switch, everything should come alive all at once. And this is the monitor where we're going to interface with the server, the actual Mission computer itself, because it's just a preliminary test, so things are still human controlled. So I just threw the switch on the power supply. You'll note that the Mission computer is booting. We have the network switch connectivity, and we're going to see the LEDs in the Raspberry Pis light up as they start their boot process. There are scripts located already on each of these Raspberry Pis to connect to the server as soon as it can, and the server will start listening, but again, the server is in manual mode because there's still a lot of testing to be done. So that's why you'll see me log in here and do work on the keyboard rather than having all these functions be completely autonomous. But this will be a lot easier to show manually. I'm going to hit server, but if you'll notice, the network switch here is going crazy with some packet activity. And why is that happening? Because each of these Raspberry Pis has finished their boot process already, and their scripts are trying to connect to the server. So they're trying to identify themselves and connect to the server, saying, hey, it's Retriever here, we got the camera systems, we're trying to get up and running, but the server is down, because in a normal execution, the Ivy Bridge, this computer will be much faster than the Raspberry Pis to boot up. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this. You'll see like waiting for connections, and then boom, connect instantly on all 6 Raspberry Pis, just because they're already up and running. There's your connections. You got a command prompt. You'll notice that the packet activity on the switch has ceased a little bit because we're going back to just normal network activity. Each of the cameras, and we have command prompt. So commands are very simple. 1 through 6 collects a picture from each of the systems. So I'm going to go ahead and type 1 and then press enter. And this is Raspberry Pi 1 with the camera. So you'll see the camera light up. It's taking a picture. If you think about it, it's taking a picture of my camera that you're seeing the video from. And it transfers that picture over. It says complete. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go move over to 2. And once they're complete, I'm just going to go ahead and keep moving down the line here with all of them. And once we have all the transfers taking place, everything's complete, we're going to go ahead and send the quit command on the server. And what that's going to do to the Raspberry Pis is it's going to obviously close the server itself, which is fine, but it's also going to send shutdown commands to the Raspberry Pis. So when the server sends the quit command, it's going to say shut down safely, because these SD card volumes and everything, they're kind of volatile, and all the activity it's working on, we want to make sure we save and treat them right. So it's going to go ahead and shut down the Raspberry Pis when commanded from the Mission computer to make a safe, typical shutdown on that 5-volt bus. They are done. I'm going to go ahead and show you. I don't have FBI installed, so we're not going to be able to look at the pictures, but just to show you that the images are there, and that they are images, like, they're between 2 and 3 megs, but those RGBs and IR images, those are the files themselves. So as a whole, this system is running very, very well. It's nice to see everything come up when power is applied, because that's exactly what it's going to happen during the competition. And sending everything down safely and transferring pictures over the network is already up and running, so it's going to be just a little short while before this intelligence will be fused into the robot itself. Thanks for watching.